welcome to this week's Rebel Run Sports Show. I'm John Moore, joined as always by Rob G and Papa. Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm. If anybody would have seen what just happened the last 10 minutes here before we started, that's why we'll never be on ESPN.
Absolutely. Well, we are into the spring, even though it doesn't feel like it.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
It's far too cold for spring sports.
Absolutely.
It doesn't even make sense.
And I mean, March Madness is in full swing right now, and basketball season's over. Something just doesn't feel right.
No, it's it makes you miss basketball season when it's cold and it's still spring out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just makes you miss it. Once it gets a little warmer,
Yeah,
lacrosse games are great.
absolutely.
In the cold,
Not so much.
not so much. I don't care what it is. Ain't nothing against lacrosse.
Yeah.
Everything is worse in the cold. Everything is worse.
Yeah, everything hurts.
Skiing is worse in the cold. Whatever, like everything is worse.
Skiing is worse than the cold.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
When is it better?
Yeah, I don't know.
On the water.
After the full disclosure, never been skiing in my life.
Me
So,
either. Skiing will never be covered on this show.
No. Apparently not unless Spencer Alston starts skiing too, because
Yeah.
that dude, football, lacrosse, whatever, we'll cover.
We gotta talk to Spencer Austin.
Yeah,
We have a
man.
list.
We do.
Yeah.
Dave Kroll, man.
He plays lacrosse?
No, I'm just saying that's a guy we need to
Hey,
we need
Kroll,
to talk to him
come
before
on
he
the
leaves,
show.
man.
Yeah.
That dude.
Well, I was out at Colgan High School the other night.
Yeah.
For the opener against Patriot.
Beautiful school.
Very nice school. Field is awesome. Untarnished
Yeah.
by Gross High School kids. No bubble gum on the bleachers yet.
Good.
Yeah.
Always positive.
Always positive. Everything's nice and shiny.
Yeah, you know you get those sticky spots on seats too. You always got to watch out for those sticky spots.
I'm about to become one. Well, I'm on the sidelines usually, but next game I watch in the stands, I might be one of those parents with the
The
chair.
That's good.
Those bleachers wear on you.
You can say that. You can say that.
But nice school. You can see the aquatic center right across the parking lot from the field.
Yeah.
Really cool. Man, growing pains of an early program being experienced. But these guys played tough.
Yeah.
Patriot, I mean, it's cold, rainy, not spring-like conditions.
Right.
So that may have had something to do with the game either way, but they jumped out. Patriot jumped out 6-0 after the first. Thought it was going to be a, 20 to something win. But
Yeah.
one thing I saw with Colgan is that they have a lot of leadership on that team. Players keeping each other up when they got down. They fought back. They ended up losing the game 11-5, I believe was the final. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot. A couple late goals by Patriot kind of stretched it out. But at one point, this was an 8-5, 9-5 game. It was competitive.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily close. Never seemed like the game was in doubt, but it was definitely competitive. And a lot of talking. We talked about how lacrosse and basketball had the similarities.
Yeah.
A lot of communication, both teams, but it was very noticeable. Colgan's very loud and talking to each other and keeping their spirits up during the game. So it'll be fun to see how they progress as the season goes on. But Patriots going to be good.
Yeah, they're going to be real.
And they played West Springfield last night. This is another close game. They ended up, it was 1-1 after the first. Then they put up 5 in the second, kind of stretched it out.
Yeah.
It ended up being an 8-5 win for Patriot. Anthony Rigney. Now, this kid's aggressive.
Well, if you could shoot like that, you'd be aggressive too.
Yeah, and I will never stand in front of one of his shots. That I can promise you that. I don't care what I'm wearing. I can be wearing the Annandale helmet, and I'm standing in front of that. He had 2 goals. Michael Lawrence had 2 goals. Dylan Doyle, D squared.
He founded you a nickname.
New nickname, D squared. He
Founded?
had 2 goals. Founded.
Where the hell did that come from?
I blessed him with a nickname is what I
there
did.
you
D
go.
squared. And then Shane McCoy, he had 2 goals also. So
A little bit of balance.
that's
scoring.
balance.
Yeah.
4 guys, 2 goals. That's 8.
Math.
That's
man.
math.
Got a crack weather.
Fairfax
research
High
team?
School.
There you go.
8-5 is the final. So Patriot off to as perfect as a start as you could ask for. 2-0.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be good.
They're gonna be good.
Well, I had a chance to get out to South County the other night, Thursday. Not good weather.
Not good weather.
Freezing. But South County, always, I enjoy going to South County.
Yeah, you should.
I know.
Get prime parking.
Except they need to
free meals.
They need to give me better warm gear. They need to hook me up with just a heated.
See, you spoiled him.
Yeah. Do that. Well, I get out there and let me just tell you this. Dylan Spalding is not fair.
Yeah.
Dylan Spalding, we see all over the place on the football field. Man, catches whatever you throw near him.
Right.
Big dude, great athlete. Not fair that he can pass the lacrosse ball that well.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. He gets out there. He had 2 goals and 6 assists in the game.
Pretty good.
He's just dropping dimes out there to everybody. Not fair that he should be that good. Not at all. They're up 6-0 early. They go on. I mean, it doesn't get any better. They beat Annandale 16-0 in that game.
Annandale.
Yeah.
Nice helmet.
They got a beautiful helmet.
Like that.
Tough going for them.
Yeah.
It was. It looked like you could tell early on South County had control, and they knew it, and they weren't going to give it up.
Right.
But yeah, they've got another guy to watch out for, Ryan Coleman. 4 goals in the game, 1 assist. Him and Spalding really kind of set the tone and took control of that game. They're going to be fun to watch moving forward. Another guy from the football team that's on there, Connor Burrow. I told you during the football.
I remember you talking about him.
Because his name gets called on the loudspeaker more than anybody I've ever seen.
Except for maybe Andrew Fanaki.
I don't know, man. Connor Burrow is like it's like every play. Connor Burrow.
Yeah.
Connor Burrow. So shout out to you, Connor Burrow. Yeah, it's 16-0. South County goes on a roll. We actually had a chance. You've been out to Kettle Run a couple of times for some basketball games.
Yep.
Their lacrosse, their lacrosse team I think is going to be really good this year. We had a chance to sit down with their head coach, Blake Smith.
Yep.
Take a look. All right, Blake, so take us through a little bit. Talk to us, how'd you get to Kettle Run and how long have you been there?
Going on 5 years. Got to Kettle Run based out of my girlfriend working at the school, and a couple connections got me in the door, so I started coaching football there, and then they offered me to help out coach lacrosse, so I took them up on their offer, and that's how I started.
Excellent.
What are some of the similarities in coaching football and lacrosse players?
I would say it's about the same thing, because you need the concept of working as a team with using football and basketball. It all comes together when you're playing lacrosse. So I think we like to have our athletes play all 3 sports so they can get the team concept in, moving the ball, all using picks and stuff like that. So.
Now, there's a lot of similarities between the sports. If you watch the sports, I don't think people understand how similar lacrosse is to both football and basketball. There's a lot of things that kind of cross over there. Do you try to recruit football players to come out for lacrosse or vice versa?
Basically, what I tell our guys, try to play as many sports as you can, because it's only going to help you. Because regardless, now the way it's working at the college level now, they want multi-sport lacrosse players. Okay. So if we can get our guys playing multi-sports, it only helps our school and it helps us in lacrosse if they're playing all 3 sports. So that's the way I try to look at it. I don't say, hey, just come play lacrosse year round, but it helps your game. But if you can play 3 sports, just do it.
So let's go back to last season, kind of talk about how the season finished up and then what your expectations are for this season.
Coming off last season, we had a player called Tate Donaldson. He was a second-team All-State guy, and he was probably, I would say, 85% of scoring for us. He's actually in the Virginia High School League for a couple records. So, I mean, that was a big loss for us. But this year we have a couple freshmen coming in that are pretty solid, and a veteran group that's defensively strong. So we should be solid on that half. Our expectation this year is basically coming in, trying to build a family atmosphere, something that we haven't had since I've been there, I don't think. So just trying to play as a team and get that team concept down and work towards the district title this year.
Well, what's the biggest challenge for you, losing a player like that? What's the biggest challenge for you getting the guys ready this year?
I would say it's a plus and a negative with the guys we got coming in. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of guys that can score now and are able to distribute the ball. So it's bittersweet not having them there, but I think it's going to help us out team-wise to where we can share the ball, get a lot of off-ball movement, and get a lot of scores. So it's not just one person with the scoring. We have probably about 3 or 4 guys that can score at any time.
So what was your lacrosse background? High school, college player?
I started my sophomore year in high school. It's kind of funny how it started because I was actually going to AAU basketball practice, and I heard music playing over at the field across. I was like, wow, we don't have this in football. So I ended up going over there, and they had like a live DJ at the game. So I went and watched the game.
What school was that?
Yeah, where I gotta go to a game there.
This is actually at Culpeper High School.
Oh, really?
Got on the tried out for the team my sophomore year. I saw they were getting a ton of gear. They had 2 helmets, 4 uniforms. I mean, their coach, he still coaches there, Scott Found. He's a good guy. He knows what he's doing. I basically just picked it up, and the guys accepted me, so I just started learning with them every day. And it went from there, and actually played on a travel team and got looked at by VMI for a walk-on. So it kind of, I love the sport. I think if anybody needs to try a sport, that's a sport to try lacrosse. So,
yeah.
And my brother, he played at Limestone, so, and they do pretty well up there. So
Right.
my brother picked it up after me.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
pretty good.
Typical AAU player. He went for the gear.
That's right.
He went for the gear. Well, that's great. Well, going into this season, you said you got a bunch of freshmen on the team. What are your expectations for those younger players coming in?
They like to work. I think they have a good IQ of the game, and they like to practice. I think we've lacked that in the past with players, but these guys like to practice and they love the game. Expectations on those guys, play immediately.
Okay.
We have a attackman by the name of Jimmy Dooley that's going to be pretty solid for us. Connor Gladstone, he's a LSM for us, and he's going to be pretty good. We lost Jack Cosby that plays at, I think he's at Hampton Sydney right now, playing for those guys at LSM, and that was a big loss for us. So having that freshman come in and take that role over is going to be huge. Another freshman, Ian Galinsky, he's pretty good, quick, great body control guy, can shoot on the run. It's going to be hard for a lot of guys in this area to cover that guy. So we're looking for big things out of him. Another freshman is Michael Clares, Rich Clare's son. Pretty solid. You can tell he's been coached well.
He's got a little bit of coaching in his life.
Yeah, he's got it. He can shoot for probably about 15 to 20 yards out and places shots. So these guys can really play, so we're looking for big things out of those guys.
Okay. What are some of the organizations that feed into your program? You know, in basketball, there's so many AAU teams and travel teams. Are there different youth leagues in the area that kind of get these guys ready for lacrosse in high school?
For those freshmen, Michael Clares, he plays at Battle Axe, but I think majority of those guys, when they were younger, played for Battle Axe. But a couple of those guys play for 3D lacrosse out in, I think, Ashburn.
Okay.
So they're playing at a high level, and we feed from the Fauquier youth program also. So we have a lot of programs that we feed from that are giving them good knowledge of the game. So when they come in, majority of our guys in the Fauquier area are ready to play immediately. So.
Okay. Well, you get the season. I know you had a game that was postponed this week. What's your schedule like coming up for the following week?
Monday, we have Riverside, second year of school. Went and watched them play on Saturday. The team is really good. They're well coached. It seems like they're disciplined for early in the season. So that's our big challenge. We want to play the top and we want to play the best. So it's a good challenge for us.
Okay.
Good.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing you this year. Can't wait to get out there to Kettle Run. I know you've had some experience with the cage out there.
I have.
Yeah.
I hope they show up this spring.
They better.
Yeah.
They better. Because then you'll trash them again and you'll have to go back.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Coach.
See you next time.
Appreciate it.
So thanks again to Coach.
Yeah.
Kettle Run looks like they're in good hands.
Yeah, man. Hey, I can't wait to get out there and see them.
On a personal note,
Yeah.
Kettle Run, the cage. You got a chance this spring to redeem yourself. Get out to some of those games.
You should, man. They're good.
Yeah,
They're going to be good.
they'll be good. So there's some other games. I was supposed to go to the Centerville Robinson game.
Yeah, I got postponed till this Wednesday.
All right, so I'll get out there.
Matter of fact, Reed Scarborough,
Yep.
gonna come on the show with us.
Outstanding.
Reed Scarborough, who completely undersold his football abilities when we talked to him
You would
last
have
year.
thought he was just
Some dude.
some dude on the team.
Then all of a sudden you were like, who is this guy? All over the place.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, he's a tremendous athlete. A wrestler too.
It's insane.
Reed Scarborough is a tremendous athlete.
Him, Dylan Spalding, same show.
I told you, man, the Rams and Stallions, they may not get along.
Stallions are faster.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent work.
That's
Again.
right.
Oh, that's awesome. So I got a chance to get out to, again, man, Annandale keeps coming up.
Yeah, it's that helmet.
It is.
Give us a helmet and we will come to your games. That's
Yeah, I mean, apparently it's
we're
worked
cheap
out that way.
dates. Yeah.
It wasn't even planned that way. So that's awesome. But I got out to Annandale. They have a tournament that goes on, a girls lacrosse tournament.
Okay.
So I got out there to watch that Saturday. Couple teams from the area, a couple teams from out of the area playing in it. So last year we got a chance to get out to Centerville and talk to Ashley Kimmener,
That's right.
the head coach, and we also talked to Paige Richborg and to Elizabeth Murphy. We talked to them right before the season started. Elizabeth Murphy was ridiculous last year.
Yeah.
I forgot how ridiculous until I actually got out there to see them yesterday.
Yeah.
She's crazy. She's crazy good. Her and Paige Richborg both, they played St. Catherine's from Richmond.
Okay.
I mean, they were up by a couple goals late in that game. St. Catherine's comes back, goes up 12-11. Paige Richborg to Elizabeth Murphy for the goal to tie it up with 4.3 seconds left in the game. Yeah, it was awesome. But those two, they completely run that show.
Yeah.
And they're a tough combo to take on. I'm gonna tell you what, they're gonna be really, really good this year. Ashley Kimmener she's gonna be doing our spring coaches show.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we'll have her on every week talking about their program.
We got to come up with a cool name.
Yeah, well, the Wildcats, it's easy to come on.
Wildcats. Great movie. I just watched that recently.
Why?
I don't know.
That's awesome.
It's so good.
Well, I would tell you that that team is going to be really good. They had a tough game against Robinson on Friday night. They were up 8-7 at
Everyone
half.
has tough games against
Well, yeah. Centerville was up 8-7 at half, and then Robinson just comes out and goes nuts. Katie Mulvanon, I hope I said that right. She had 6 goals in that game. Ellie Klugel had 4. Katie Tchaikovsky, 2 goals, 4 assists in that game.
Yeah.
They go on to win 19-15. But I'm going to tell you what, watch out for Centerville. They're going to be really good.
Yeah.
I also got a chance to see Madison play.
Okay.
Madison played Osborne Park, and I'll just say this. The coach for Madison, Gene Counts pretty much run the show over there at Madison Athletics. The Counts are all over the place.
Is this a fake news story?
And this is not a fake news story.
Just checking.
No, but hey, Madison, Coach Counts could have basically called whatever score she wanted it to be at halftime, and they could have put that score up. It was 6-0 like that.
Yeah.
I mean, with a couple minutes into the game, they basically slowed it down and ran a bunch of long plays. It could have been 25-0 at halftime.
Put their foot on the gas a little, or the brakes.
Zoe Dyer
for
Madison, really good, and also Grace Nicely, really, really good. They're going to be tough too. They've got a couple of really good goals in that game. Could have called whatever they wanted to. That score could have been out of control, but they ran some plays, ran some time off the clock. It was
mercy.
A little bit.
It's all right.
But hey, it's gonna be some tough competition coming up. Got to get ready for it.
That's right.
Speaking of girls lacrosse, we had a chance earlier also sit down with Battlefield's own Brynn Sunderland.
Yep.
Apparently, she's going to help you get around your neighborhood at some point.
That's right. Thank you.
Brynn Sunderland of Battlefield Lacrosse. Always good.
Yep.
Take a look. Come here. Brynn, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. A little bit of strange conversations going on before we got started here.
Dine and dash.
Dine and dash.
Dine and dash.
Brynn had to explain to John what that was. So Brynn, last season you all had a great season. Ended a little earlier than you wanted to.
Yeah.
What was it like? What was that like, and what kind of motivation was that going into this year?
Well, I know it affected the seniors last year a lot, and like us seeing them so upset by it, like it made us feel like we had to prove to them that we can go further this year. So definitely going into our first scrimmage with Robinson, we definitely needed to like go in like hard and just, you know, prove to them that we want to go further this year. And we definitely, I feel like, did that. Our defense is definitely, I feel like, the best it's ever been in the past couple of years. We're communicating a lot. Our attack could use a little bit of a work, but I think we'll get there and be able to prove to them that we'll go further.
Okay. What was your off season like? Do you play any select leagues, or what's your training like once the season's over?
Well, we actually, this is the first time we've ever done this at Battlefield, but we went to next level as a team, and most of the girls were able to do it, JV and varsity. And so I feel like that was a good bonding for us to be able to work out together. We did it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we were able to see each other throughout the week. And then Monday and Wednesdays we had conditioning with our coaches at the school. And so I feel like the whole week we were just being with each other. That also helped going into the season.
How much off of lacrosse do you get throughout the year?
I do it year round. So like I have the season in the spring, and then I have summer. And I was on Supernova, and then I transferred over to Battle Axe. But since I'm a senior now, I won't be doing it this summer. And then I would do fall ball with our high school, and then indoor with our high school too. So I really didn't get much of a break, but I love it, so it doesn't bother me.
I'm sure Marquette would probably have a problem with her playing anything after the season's over anyway.
So talk about this coming season a little bit. What are your expectations?
I know after playing Robinson, it was 12-6, so we didn't lose that bad. We definitely were going into that, and we expected it to be a lot harder. And I think we, as a team, stayed with it, you know, and we were able to keep the communication up. I feel like that's a big part right now is communication, and it's definitely one of our strong suits. Like I said, attack, it needs a little bit more work, but even our transition in the midfield, like we lost Alexandra last year in the midfield, but we have like Caitlin Burnett coming up, and she's playing now, and Carly Rosenberg, and they're great contributions to the team now. We lost some defense last year. I mean, we lost all the seniors. They were great contributions to the team, but I feel like everyone's stepping up and doing their part.
Talk about your coach a little bit. You can say anything you like.
Coach Mary and Coach Casey. I've been, Coach Mary's been my coach since 3rd grade.
Wow.
Yeah, she's been with me for a while. Coach Casey came in my sophomore year, and she's been helping a lot with the defense. I mean, the whole team, but she's more defense. But they're awesome. They're great coaches. They always are keeping us, you know, upbeat, and they definitely know what they're doing. They're easily the best coaching staff I've had in a while.
Good.
I hope so. You've been with her since 3rd grade.
I love her.
So, what do you do before a game to get ready? Are you more serious, or you're a little bit of a playful person?
Yeah.
But are you more serious before the game, or do you like to keep it loose?
I definitely am like the jokester on the team. Like I'm very comfortable with them. So like I'm definitely keeping everyone, like I don't like people to get nervous. So I'm trying to like be like loose and keep everyone upbeat. And I definitely think they know that's how I roll. So yeah.
That's how she rolls. So you're off to Marquette next year.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk about the recruiting process.
Okay, so I feel like the recruiting process is getting younger and younger. I was getting recruited going into my sophomore year, and
that sounds like me. Doesn't it?
No.
And so for Marquette, I went up to a camp in Maryland, and the assistant coach at the time, Jordy Kier, she was my coach for the week, and so she, I guess, liked me. She had me the whole week, and then I went out for a visit in October. Went out and I fell in love. It's very city, like it's right in Milwaukee, so I love it. And then I went back out that June for a camp, and then I met the girls this past June. I went out for a camp again, and then my official was in September, this past September, and the girls are great. I love the coaches. They're young and fun, and definitely like to keep
So is there
the
no
girls.
other schools that you were interested in after you were at Marquette?
Yeah, I went up to UConn for a visit. I didn't really like it. It was more like Farmville. I'm more like city. JMU reached out to me. Oregon wanted me to fly out, but I was like, that's too far.
That's so much gear.
I know.
That's all the gear.
I know. My dad and I were thinking about just going just to see the facilities, but I was like, we'll save the money and just stay.
Oregon, if you're watching, I'll come out.
He'll come out as her agent.
I will.
That's awesome. Well, but JMU reached out to you, and you didn't want any part of that?
Well, they reached out and they just said, they were looking at me, and then I never really kept the connection with them.
Yeah.
Okay. So Marquette it was.
Yeah, I loved it.
I think you made a good choice.
It's like a good distance, like not too close and not too far. I still have some East Coast games, and
Don't come back here with one of those cheeseheads on there.
No. Well, Brynn, we definitely need to get you. We need to get John out on the lacrosse field. You heard him earlier talk about it, that he played defense.
I did.
We need to get him in goal and have you just take shots.
I will.
Awesome.
I wish I could have played with a goalie stick while I was playing defense.
I'm sure she's got a goalie stick around somewhere. She'll get it.
I mean, like when I played defense, I wish I had a goalie stick. It's so much easier to catch.
Like a pool net?
Yeah. Thanks again.
Awesome. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll talk to you next time.
All right.
Thanks again to Brynn. She's impressive.
She is. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun. Can't wait to see her take shots at you in the goal.
Oh, man.
It's going to be awesome.
Why would I even say yes to that?
I don't know.
I mean, I already did, so I'll do it, but...
Neighborhood parties like the one. That's the reason.
No more neighborhood, no more Piedmont St. Patrick's Day parties.
That's right.
It started at 3:30. I don't know what time I got home.
That's terrible.
And my children were with me.
That's terrible. Yeah, a couple other scores from the week here. The defending state champs, Dominion, they opened the season with EC Glass, won 14-13. Stonebridge beat Oakton 13-10. The South Lakes guys beat Fairfax 15-3, and the South Lakes girls beat Fairfax 15-4. Spencer Alston again plays on that team, and also Taylor Newman Farr from the South Lakes girls basketball team. She's a player on the lacrosse team too.
Yeah.
I got to get out there and see both of them.
Yeah.
Got to do that.
Come on, Fairfax.
Come on, Fairfax.
You got to be good at something this year.
Best thing of the week though. Watching Jada Graves play in the NCAA tournament.
Oh.
Her and Elon, I watched them twice this week.
Is she getting time?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, she got good time. It was great seeing her check into the game, and they played at Maryland too.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's kind of a home game for her.
Yeah.
But seeing her, it was just a couple minutes into the game when they checked her in.
Right. Jada Graves.
Jada Graves, man. She's a freshman getting a lot of time. I think
That's
she
awesome.
averaged 4 points a game this year.
Okay.
She's gonna be
She's gonna be
Jada Graves
She's gonna be
playing.
Jada Graves.
Yeah. So
Very cool.
shout out to her.
Very good.
Awesome.
Well, we'll be back next week with more lacrosse.
Of course.
Better weather. Better be.
Better be.
It's gotta be. I want to be in a parka watching lacrosse games.
Man. Yeah, that's not even right. It's not even right.
So if you want us to come see your lacrosse team, follow us on Twitter at Rebel Run Sports and check for some polls that we post up.
Yeah. Oh, well, of course, we always do polls.
So we really want to gear up the student sections to cover these spring sports like they did for the fall and the winter.
If you haven't been to a lacrosse game, lacrosse is great live.
It's so fun.
It's great live.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
You can see us on Verizon, Prince William County Channel 2, Wrestling 28.
You got it right?
I got that right. Herndon Channel 28 also.
Verizon,
Yeah.
Cox Channel 23.
Cox Channel 23.
Boom.
And we are all over the place.
We are.
Or on rubberrunsports.com.
That's the best place to see it.
Come watch it.
Yeah.
You can watch the long show there.
Yeah.
Blooper reels,
Man.
curse word, no curse words. It's a family show.
Not this week, I don't think. Not this week. Blooper shows, oh my goodness.
Blooper shows.
It'd be forever.
Yeah.
It'd be 45 minutes long.
It is a blooper show.
Basically.
We'll see you next week.
Maybe.
Maybe.